Well, greetings, people of the internet. Unky Joe here, Unky Joe's Playhouse. Today, we're going to do a little work on the pool. Some improvements, I think. Yeah, so it's time to play around with the pool some more. We have been enjoying that thing. You know, we had the landscaping done. We went from green to blue. We did some plumbing work on it. We've done all kinds of things with this pool. Well, today we're going to have a little fun. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time. I never really did it on my other pools that I had in the front yard, and I always kind of envied anybody else who had one of these. And what I'm talking about is a fountain on the pool. And people are going, yeah, just enjoy the pool, dude. You don't need a fountain. What are you, 10? Yes, I am 10. At heart, I'm a 10 or 12-year-old kid. I love to be a child. And part of being a child is having a fountain in your frickin' pool. Okay? So if I want to have a fountain, I'll have a fountain. It's up to me. So I proceeded out to the ye old hardware store. Actually, let me be clear. I stole this idea from another YouTuber. I don't have any original ideas. I stole this from another YouTuber and kind of modified his design. And it's not perfect. It's definitely the hillbilly redneck fountain, pool fountain of the year award. It will win, definitely. And you'll see that here in a minute. But I had a lot of fun building it. And I'm even going to show you me putting this together, assembling this in my kitchen. Well, yeah, assembling it in my kitchen. Well, enough talking. Let's go take a look at the concoction I came up with. Alright, so there have been some changes. We got some flamingos here. And we got another flamingo here. The other thing we did was mount a clock on the wall back there. Don't know if you can see that. We did get a clock mounted on the wall. There. Now, according to this, and it's not in direct sunlight, it's already almost 90 degrees out here at 10:20. It's not almost 90 degrees. It's maybe 85 out here, but you know, it's a cheap little clock, and I don't expect the temperature to be accurate. The other thing we got was a little statue. We saw this and immediately thought of our dog Toby. So we got a little statue and dedicated that to Toby. The water is nice and blue. Nice and blue. There we go. I'll show you some evening shots, but there's the pool. Nice and blue. And then here's the concoction I made. So it comes out of the pool. Let me see if I can see where I'm pointing to. I can't see shit, folks. So, all right, there it is. Yeah. So there's the pipe adapter to 1.5 inch to the. This is the coupler that can be then unscrewed. Then it goes in here to a T to a valve. This valve goes to a reducer here. And that comes up to the fountain. So as you can see, the fountain is basically 1-inch T's. And to serve as jets. Okay. And then on the other side, we've got this valve, which comes to this barb adapter, which then feeds the supply back to the pool here, the gray flexible pipe. I didn't want to get rid of that pipe yet, but it is future proof, so later if I want to permanently mount this stuff to the side of the pool, I can do that. But right now I'm just going to use the things that I have. So what you do is you adjust this valve here, and if I turn it on, it'll get the flow started. So that's the flow with the return jet running also on the pool. And then if I turn the return jet off down here, you'll see the fountain increase. There we go. So that helps to cool the water, and it also helps it to raise the pH. So, and then as you can see, it's not leaking water here anywhere on the rail. Everything's all sealed up, even though this end of the fountain is quite a bit further away from the rail. But you can see it adds a nice little effect. And I still have to hook up the chlorinator to the pool. And then to turn it off, I'm just going to go ahead and open this valve. This is the return valve for this gray pipe here. And you'll see the fountain go down. And then I just turn off the valve for the fountain. That's pretty much it. So there it is. Alright, we're building our little oasis out here. Now we're talking about getting a table out here, a table and chairs, so we can come out and sit and enjoy one another's company. All right. So if there's one thing I am good at besides computers, that is plumbing. There are certain plumbing jobs I won't do. Any jobs that require crawling around on the ground outside or underneath or dealing with septic water, I won't deal with. My plumber, or toilets, and my plumber will attest to that. So hopefully he'll be impressed with this concoction I came up with. Now I wanted something on there that I could remove for the winter for storing the pool, because that water gets too cold to swim in from about November on through March or April or even May sometimes. So there's no sense in leaving, the pump running and all that. So I'll be lowering the level of the pool water and taking all of that stuff off. So that's why I put a union in, one of those unions you can remove and replace, so I can take that entire manifold off. So I built the manifold just out of the union and a T and a couple of 1.5 inch pipes, because that's what's coming out of that filter. And then I put it through a reducer bushing for the fountain and converted it from 1.5 down to 1/2 inch, or I'm down to 1 inch. And then on the other side, I had to get an adapter, a slip coupling to a female pipe thread adapter, so that I could put my threaded barb back on that end and connect the return hose for the pool. Now, fortunately, I also found my cover for the return jet. You have to reach down there and take off the little, there's a little nozzle in there that allows you to aim the direction of the water coming back into the pool. So I had to take that off, put a temporary cap on there on the inside that they provide. And it's the same thing you do during the winter when you're ready to winterize the pool. You put these caps in so the water can't get through. Anyway, hooked it all back up, and as you can see, it's working great, and we had a lot of fun. In fact, yesterday I spent an hour in the pool. The spouse had to go to bed early, but I'm trying to get to where I swim every day now for a half an hour, 45 minutes. It just helps me sleep so much better at night. So I went out there from 7:30 last night until 8:30, and had a ball. And the other thing about that fountain is it sure does, that water pounding on your back feels great. It's like having a little shower massage in the pool. Now, I did not think ahead, and I had to improvise kind of on the fly. I forgot about the return nozzle. I mean the fill pipe coming into the pool, that 1 inch pipe. And as you see there, I had to, at first I had the thing mounted like this, and then I had to put a brick underneath it, or a paving stone. So yeah, I probably should have accounted for that. I think what I'll do is make a couple of little legs out of pipe and just kind of stick them on the bottom of that, and that'll help get them the same level so it can just sit there. The other thing I did was I came back the next day with Teflon tape and went around all of those barbed nozzles that form the jets for the fountain. I came back with Teflon tape and wrapped them, because they were leaking, dripping onto the pool coping, and I didn't want that to get wet repeatedly and start to rust out and stuff. So I think all told, the parts cost me around $25, because pipe is everything's kind of expensive right now if you've been out shopping. But probably about $25 in parts. And 1 inch pipe is kind of hard to get your hands on because of the freeze. Everybody's main line here, I guess, was 1 inch, and they're still trying to recover. But a combination of Lowe's and Home Depot, I was able to get enough 1 inch pipe to make this happen. And then what I did for my 1.5 inch pipe, because that stuff's really expensive, it's hard to transport, and the couplings and the pieces, because there's more plastic, are expensive. I kind of, you saw me cutting old pipes from my old pool plumbing in the front yard. So you talk about recycling. I love to recycle. So we were able to reuse those valves, and each one of those valves is about $10. So I had to choose whether I wanted to sacrifice the unions, which are $10, or the valves, which are $10. And I went with keeping the valves and sacrificing the unions, because I didn't want to have to buy new valves. So yeah, and unions will save your life, because I can now easily take all that off when it's time to winterize the pool, bring it inside, so if it does freeze, it won't break the pipe. So there you go, folks. We hope you found the video entertaining and informative. I know we're going to have an end of the summer party in our anniversary party. We've been together 31 years this year. And so we're going to have a little party at the end of August. And we're going to have the nephews and nieces over and their kids. So great nieces and nephews. And I'm sure they'll get a kick out of that fountain in the pool. Plus it helps cool down the water and increase the pH. So it's got other, benefits other than, being kind of just fun and kooky to play with. So there you go. We hope you found the video entertaining and informative. Please give us a thumbs up down below if you did. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And click that notification bell. Also, if you're inclined to donate, we take PayPal, Patreon, and the YouTube join function. So make sure you come back and see us again. And please don't forget, we'll see all of you on the other side.